Recording in the cloud. All right, we're recording now. So I'm going to give it back to you now, Cindy. All right. I feel like we're swapping back and forth between each other right now. All right, you're the host now, Cindy, and you can take over. You can share your screen. I know you said you had a presentation for us. Share the screen.
Okay, yes, I do. So thank you. I appreciate you having me today. Hello, everybody. Hope business is going well. I know things have been doing well in the industry. Sorry, my husband's trying to get my furry office assistant out of my room. So anyhow, I'm going to share my screen. I had a presentation for you guys just to walk you through a little bit about what makes us different and ways and suggestions that we have to use a home warranty to help you in your business. So I want to start by just saying I'm here as a resource for you guys. So if you ever have questions, you need help with claims, you need help with anything, please contact me anytime and I will do my best to make sure that you are taken care of I'm here as a resource for you. And let me share my screen. I'm going to start. Can you see that?
Yep, perfect. We can see it.
Okay, perfect. So a little bit, just a quick snippet about myself. I just want everyone to know that I also have been in the industry. I was an agent. I've had my license since 2002. I owned a real estate company for a little bit before the market turned back in 2008. And then I went and did something else for a little bit and kind of came back into real estate and joined America's Preferred and took this opportunity. So I really do like this warranty. I've used a lot of warranties. I've personally had a lot of warranties, and this one is different. So that's what I want to share with you today. So here's my contact information, and I'll also, I forwarded an email to Bridget and Karen earlier with my contact information and electronic versions of the warranty so that you guys have it if you're interested. What makes us different is that we let the homeowner choose their own licensed contractor. And in the industry, most of the warranty companies use their own network of contractors, and we are totally different. We let the homeowner choose whoever they want to use. And the biggest reason for that is it creates a lot more customer satisfaction. Customers can make claims the same day. They can have a contractor come out and do the service. So you have happier customers, and you have happier customers that are not calling you upset about their home warranty, or the contractor most specifically. And when we polled homeowners, we asked them how important it would be to choose their own contractor. So 89% of them said that was something that was important to them. They like their contractors, so they're going to see them as more professional, and they're usually going to be a little bit more satisfied with the service as well. And the way we work, just so you know, because of the choose your own contractor, we give customers cash to spend how they want. So they can repair the system, they can replace the system. We don't have any requirements on models or system requirements. They can choose however they want to. So basically we pay a certain dollar amount on the claim. The customer chooses how they would like to use that money. We let them also choose if they want us to pay the contractor or if they want us to reimburse them. So they get that choice as well. And that also depends on whether the contractor will accept the payment. But we do send the money out to the client. So they can replace like for like, or they can choose to use the money and upgrade and pay the difference. So what happens with home warranties, if any of you, especially if anyone is new and you haven't used home warranties very often, most systems and appliances are going to fail within the first 90 days. And there's just some statistics out there between 60 and 70% of homes will experience some type of a failure in the first 90 days. And the reason for that is because the home dynamics have changed. So if you have a family of 2 that is downsizing and they are selling their home to a family of 5, all of a sudden the HVAC, the water heater, everything is going to be used under different circumstances, and that's usually what causes some of these issues. So it is important to try to have a home warranty in place for your clients. Traditional warranties typically will have third-party scheduling, and contractor performance can sometimes reflect back on you. So your clients will be calling you if there's any type of issues with the warranty. So hopefully we have your back in that case. And again, I'm always here to help as well. With the choose your own contractor, again, they pick their contractor. And what we do is we are going to send you as the agent a notice anytime that client makes a claim on that property. So you'll get a detailed, right now we're sending them via email. We also have hard copy repair cards when we're not in this particular COVID situation. But we send you the information on how much the claim was, what the claim was for, and it gives you a reason if you want to check back with your client and follow up. So hopefully that's an additional marketing feature for you to keep in touch with your clients, gives you a reason to call them. And we will definitely get that information out to you as soon as possible. This is one of the areas where I see, and having been an agent, that most agents don't take advantage of, and that is offering complimentary listing coverage. We have complimentary listing coverage with our warranty, and in our brochure, it is, I'm going to just put it up, it is listed down here on the bottom. So what we cover is in a little box, and it's a limited coverage, but it is complimentary for our sellers. So what I always suggest is putting that in your listing presentation, because a lot of agents do not offer it. So if you offer your client, I'm going to cover you during the listing period with a home warranty, and you don't have to tell them that it's complimentary. They may think that you're coming out of pocket for it, but it may make the difference between you and some of your competition. So just something to know about, because I don't see people take advantage of it like they probably should. The other piece of this that offers another benefit to you as an agent is we will accept a claim off of a home inspection for the seller. So in this box, again, we cover things like plumbing, electrical, water heater. If your home inspection comes back for your seller that they're requesting some of those items to have some repairs, you can look in our brochure. We tell you everything that's covered, not covered. And if that seller can make a claim, have them make that call, and hopefully we can cover some of it for your seller. Then they won't have to come out of pocket. And again, they're going to be really happy with you for having put the warranty on the home. So different ways to use it in your business. And if you can get your seller to offer a warranty for the buyer, there are statistics out here that say, homes that have a warranty sell faster and for more money, because it gives them a little bit more peace of mind on the buy side. We also provide a lot of free marketing materials. So we have door hangers, and I also sent a copy of this door hanger in PDF format for you guys to use if you want to. But it gives you an opportunity to use it for marketing, to say you're going to offer a home warranty if they sign up with you. So just something that you can use if you want to use it for farming. Again, this is what that box indicated. So these are all the complimentary items for the seller. And the one other item I want to point out is what we call List Secure. This is something very specific to us, but if your seller is signed up with us under the plan, they also get $1,000 of potential, up to $1,000 of legal coverage in case of a lawsuit up to 2 years post-closing. So if for some reason the buyer came back and initiated some type of a lawsuit against your seller, if they had us during that listing period, they can call and make a claim for up to $1,000 toward that lawsuit. And that's complimentary. And that's what this is. So it's 2 years post-sale legal protection for your seller. There is an upgrade plan for the seller as well. So if they want to have appliances and AC, heating, and central air covered, it is a $75 upgrade. and that's not due until closing, and it can be paid by the seller, paid by the agent, however that is determined at the closing table. And if for some reason that listing goes away, hopefully not, but if that happened, then nothing is owed. Our typical warranty, this is for the buy side now. We have two options for our standard product, and it starts at $460 for a $50 deductible or $425 for a $100 deductible. As you can see here too, we also have single family, condo, new construction, multifamily. We cover a lot of different options. In our brochure, this is what we have as our standard buyer coverage. So this would be what the 460 or the 425 covers. And we include septic in our standard coverage. We have roof leak repair in our standard coverage, sump pump, and water well pumps if those are part of the situation. But we cover most of the items in our standard coverage. There is a buyer's preferred upgrade, which is an additional $140. And I always tell everybody the way to consider if you want the upgrade is, first of all, the central air refrigerant recovery is key in this particular piece. We do not have a limit. So if they need Freon, the R22, for example, we don't have a cap on that. So that pays for itself right there if they need to use and get their central air tapped off on the R22 or any of the refrigerant for that matter. We have also code violations and some other kind of bells and whistles in that upgrade. So again, something to consider for your buyer. And so if you have the buyer's preferred upgrade plus the standard with the $50 deductible, then the number that you're looking for, if you're using special steps to ask for it, is $600. We also have a one-click plan, which adds in both of those plus a washer and dryer, and that's $685. Just so you have some of the numbers. I always encourage everybody to look through the brochure first if you're working with your buyers and asking for home warranty coverage, just to make sure your numbers are covered with what you want for that particular customer, because there are some upgrades and options that can be added in as well. And these are just an example of some of the optional coverages like pools and jetted bathtubs and that type of thing. Any questions on that? That basically covers the coverage. And of course, you can always call me if you have any specifics. I'm happy to help at any time. Okay, so secondly, one thing for you guys to all know is if you offer our warranty on any property on the buy side or the sell side, we will provide you $75 of your potential deductible on your E&O up to $3,750 post sale if for some reason you should get in some type of a legal situation. So that is also, the warranty's covering you and it covers the seller under the plan. And to get those coverages, even if our warranty is not used on the property, just so you know, it does not even have to be applied to the property. As long as you use our brochure, if you have the seller or the buyer sign the waiver that they decline the home warranty, keep this in your file, we will still cover that seller for the listing period in case of a legal situation, and we'll also cover your E&O deductible, that up to 75%, up to $3,750. So we have a lot of agents that use this just to make sure they're covered, and then under that transaction, you have that coverage, even if the warranty was never purchased. So it's easy and fast to order with us. So we have multiple different ways. We have RealPro, which is our online portal. So through our website, there is a button that says Realtors, and you can register if you'd like to. It's really easy to use. We just won some technology awards for it. And you can order warranties. You can track your warranties. You can see everything that's going on with the warranty. You can also, of course, fax. I don't even know who uses that much anymore. You can email to us, or you can just call our phone number for a claim. We are open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So that's something else that's different about us. We're not closed over the weekend and we're not closed at night. So if your client has a claim on a Friday night, the AC goes out, it's coming up in July, August, and they want to call and make a claim, we will answer the phone. They can initiate the claim. If they can get a contractor out that day, that next day, and get that fixed, then they can do so and then call us back and we will pay that claim. And it's a little bit more about Real Pro. We even have an app you can use on your phone if you like for ordering warranties. In our brochure, so everything again, as I mentioned, is in the brochure. So we show you what items are covered and we even bold items that are not covered. So we're trying to be very transparent. Everything should be there. So there's hopefully not a lot of questions. Of course, if you ever have a question on a very specific coverage, feel free to call our 800 number and talk to a claims person, and they would be happy to walk you through that. The way to make a claim with us, so I want to make sure everyone knows how it works, and we put it all in the brochure, but with a client, we ask them to call us first just to start the claim. They're going to be told to choose their contractor. When the contractor gets on site, we are asking them to call us back so that we can talk to the contractor, and that's how we diagnose the problem. Since the contractor is working for your homeowner and not for us, we ask to talk to the contractor when they're on site. And then our claims person will they will get the diagnosis and make that claim for your client. And then they'll speak to your client and say, how do you want it to be paid? Should we pay the contractor or do you want us to reimburse you? And then they can choose from there. So for example, if it's, say it's $500 for a water heater, if your client wants to go to Home Depot and buy the water heater and have it installed, that's fine with us too. We'll send them the check for the $500. And that's basically how it works. Again, 24/7, 365. We also have a lot of marketing materials that if you are interested in, I sent some of the flyers electronically. We also have sign writers. All of these are free and complimentary to you. So if anybody wants anything or if you want hard copy, let me know. I'm always happy to meet and drop things off for you guys. New construction warranty we have as well, where we cover 3 years after the first year of the builder's coverage. So if anyone's working in new construction, you can add in additional warranty coverage. And then also, if you offer that and you're trying to work with some builders, this might be another tool that potentially can help in you offering an additional warranty to what they're offering. They may have some more interest in doing things together there as well. And we have some different brochures for marketing in that area. So if that's something that is your specialty or you want to work with that, let me know. I'm happy to share some of these materials with you as well. We've got lots of good, accreditations. We are trustdale.com certified. So I know here in Atlanta, that's a little bit bigger than some other areas of the country. We're in 49 states, so we're all over the place. We are A+ accredited with the Better Business Bureau. So we are trying very hard to keep that A+ rating. So hopefully you'll see our service is good as well. And that covers pretty much us in a nutshell at a high level. So thank you so much. I appreciate your participation and letting me be part of your meeting today. Anything else, Jeremy, that you wanted me to cover, or
anybody got any questions? Now's the time. Ask questions. If you have situations that's going on with a warranty, I think this is press time. So we'll open it up for about 5 minutes of any kind of questions anybody want to ask.
Yes, we are in Florida. Somebody just yes, we do have coverage in Florida, and you, as a rep, you can order a warranty if you have dual licenses. You can order our Real Pro site. You can order for someone in Florida.
Okay. Any more questions? I mean, y'all kind of quiet today, Let me take some of y'all off of mute, and the whole thing I brought Cindy in on today is because, we have a lot that's going on, and I'm having a lot of situations where buyers are getting into their house, and then a couple weeks later, they discovered a leak or they discovered something wrong with the part. As a real estate agent, we need to be pushing home warranties, and that's just a level of comfort that, we can tell our sellers or our buyers, hey, you were provided a home warranty, give your home warranty a call, if the plumbing goes to the left. I'm telling you, from my experience, and of course I've been in it almost 17 years now, it's always after they buy the house, a couple months after that, something goes wrong. The first person they're gonna call is you, the real estate agent, the toilet leaking, or it's a small leak up under the kitchen sink, or the dishwasher's not working, or the refrigerator went out, the AC is not cooling. And sometimes it's like a matter of a couple days in there. And so I just wanted to make sure that y'all knew about Cindy, and we have her information directly in our office. Also, Bridget has some information. We're going to make sure we email it out to everybody. I do love that they allowed the client to pick the vendor. Some of the home warranty companies, you cannot pick the vendor, which is, that's a big thing. They want you to go with who's certified with them. I do allow that. I love that about y'all, Cindy, that y'all allow them to go out and get their own contractors. So as long as they're certified, they can get them. They get them to check and to make sure the thing is done. So I think that's a game changer when you're talking about home warranty, because you always have to wait on that preferred electrician to come out, and he may have a week out and you may be out. So that convenience on that too. So thank you.
Yeah, there's all kinds
of Cindy. Thank you. For coming on and everything like that. So I'm gonna, if you were share back to me the host now, Cindy.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna start the second part. Okay, there we go, right there. The second part of our meeting. All right, I'm back to us. So thank you, Cindy. What I'm gonna do is, like I said before, I'm gonna make sure that everybody gets your information out. We're going to email it out to all the agents. Of course, we're doing a lot of stuff virtually right now with this whole COVID-19. But we're going to make sure that we get your information. And of course, you already received it. We have it within the office. So her information is also when you go into the back room by the mailbox, it'll be directly there. Please put this in your contracts, home warranties. Put it in. I promise you, it will save you headache after the closing with them calling you, and now you could defer them over to the home warranty company if something big. We just had a problem with one of our clients. I think they went out of town for a while, and the dishwasher leaked, and it messed up all the hardwood floors in the property. So just things like that. And for our agent, made sure that person had a home warranty, and she told them to call the home warranty company, and that would give some type of relief of, hey, I did do the right thing of making sure they got a home warranty. And of course, we had to go a little bit bigger past home warranty because we messed all the floors up. But it was just the thing, at least she did put that in there to make herself feel more like she tried to protect anything that came on with the property. So thank you, Cindy. I'm not going to take no more of your time at all.
And personal promise to you guys, if you call me, email me, text me, I promise to get back to you, and I have your back. So please, anytime I can help or answer a question, I'm here for you. Thanks again.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. All right, I'm going to move on to our second part of our meeting. I wanted to talk about HUD. For everybody that knows, we are now a certified HUD office, and it's my obligation to do different training on HUD. But the main thing I wanted to make sure that everybody understood exactly what HUD is and what a HUD foreclosure is. So I have a little slide that I'm going to share my computer right now, and then I'm going to pull it up. All right, let me get this out the way. All right, this is a little slide. Like I said before, our office is now officially a HUD certified office. What that means is that we will be handling HUD properties that comes out as foreclosure. Of course, everybody knows right now the foreclosure market, it's not a lot of foreclosures on the market, and that's because the government has freezing all foreclosures for right now. So whether it's HUD, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mae, VA, any type of foreclosure right now has been frozen at the time. And I don't know exactly when. I got a notice from Wells Fargo Bank that they're going to resume all of their foreclosures at the end of August. So end of August may be the moment when the government is starting to kind of foreclose back on properties right now. So you can't even right now go down to City Hall and put in for eviction. They have stopped evictions right now. So they're basically, and what they need to do is save a lot of people from being put out of their home during this crazy COVID-19 pandemic that we're going through right now. All right. So a lot of people don't know what HUD foreclosures are. So when you're getting a loan and you're helping your client out, and they're going to FHA, of course, we have different financing. We have FHA financing, we have conventional, we have VA, and then we have some special programs out there. Well, anybody that gets a FHA loan, and we already know FHA are government-backed loans, and your typical first-time home buyer is going to get an FHA loan because the FHA comes with a lower down payment, and the interest rate is normally a good interest rate, and the down payment is more 3.5% on it. So when you're thinking about HUD foreclosure, well, HUD is, of course, a government program, but HUD governs all of FHA foreclosures. So all of those FHA loans that go to the left, that somebody's not paying their loan, whether it be a condo, whether it be a single family home, HUD governs all of those foreclosures. So when I say that we are a certified HUD company, which means that we're going to be handling all of FHA foreclosure. So I think our FHA cutoff here in Atlanta, I think it's 375, 400, maybe. I think the cutoff is 400 with their lien on it. So it's going to be properties already all the way from maybe 100,000 all the way up to 400,000 is what, you're going to see your typical HUD foreclosure is going to be on. So this is a little chart that's actually telling you exactly what is a HUD home. Of course, it's a single family 1 to 4, because you already remember, and in real estate, a duplex can be considered to be a single family home. So you can buy a duplex and get a regular traditional loan for it. You don't have to get a commercial loan for a duplex. And what I mean by a duplex, that's up to 4 units right there on it too. It says so it says a 1 to 4 unit family residential acquired as a result of a foreclosure and a FHA insured mortgage. This basically is FHA foreclosure. Somebody who hasn't paid their FHA payments on time, the government HUD comes in and foreclose on them, and those are the particular properties that we will be handling up here at Norman and Associates on it. Of course, all these HUD foreclosures are sold as is. What we mean by as is, which means is that particular buyer is responsible for any type of upgrades, repairs, anything that comes along with getting that house back up to marketing condition. That particular house is that is responsibility is on that buyer who buys that property. So when the bank says as is, they will not make any type of repairs to these properties. So when you're going out and you're showing some of your clients a HUD foreclosure, knows that they will not make any repairs. So you can't send an amendment in and saying, hey, can you give me $2,000 for the HVAC system, or can you paint the roof or whatever it is? So you cannot do that. They're going to sell all their properties as is on it. And another thing too, when you're buying a HUD property, the government, I think this is petty, they don't even cut on the utilities to a HUD property. The HUD property, you'll have to go down to your local utility company, and you can go down to the waterworks down at City Hall, and you can get a temporary cut on. You can tell them that you're buying a property, you need to do an inspection, and normally what they'll do, they'll send one of their persons out to get it to cut on for 2 or 3 days, allow you to have the water on. The power company would do the same thing. They have somebody go hit the meter for you for a couple of days. So you'll have to, as your agent of that buyer, you have to help the buyer make sure they know exactly where they need to go to get all the utilities turned on to the property so they can do a proper inspection of the property on it. So once again, you know, the utilities are not going to be on and when you're talking about a HUD foreclosure. So let me tell you the HUD contract and how it goes. And most people maybe not understanding how a HUD property goes. All right, so of course, you know, you have at the top right here, you have the HUD Ownership Center, which is located in Atlanta on it. And then of course you have your mortgagees compliance manager, then you have your field service managers. And let's talk about field service managers. So once the bank foreclosed on the property, they immediately sign a field service manager to go out and check the status of the property to make sure if that property is either vacant or is occupied. During that period of time, the field service manager would negotiate anything. If it's somebody still there, they probably offer what is called a cash for keys, which is that the bank will give that particular person a certain amount of money, who will just say, for example, $3,000 to move out of the property fast. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in order to get the 3,000, you got to be out within 2 weeks. And I promise you, I have seen people move out of house for $5,000 to $10,000 within a week. So it's not that it can't be done. It can be done. And most times, if they know that they're going to be able to get that amount and it's going to help them with their moving expense, they'll go ahead and get it done. So that field service person right here goes out. Once the person is out, they goes into the property and they address all safety concerns. So if the property has any kind of safety concerns, or you know, the electrical wires are exposed, the back door is kicked open, or you know, any kind of trip hazards, the floors are not even, they'll go in and make sure that that property is up to code when it comes to safety, because they don't want nobody to get hurt inside of any of these government properties owned. So after that point, they get it rekeyed, they get it up and going, they get all the safety together, they do all the trash outs, they do cleanups on it. It gets assigned over to what is called the asset manager, which is called A-Team. And A-Team is a company that's located in, I think they're in Miami now. And A-Team is the asset manager. So they're over all of the asset property in the state of Georgia. And so A-Team has, next step is the local, to contract with local listing brokers. So local different companies who can help them sell these different properties in different areas of Georgia. And that's where I said, this is where Norman and Associates comes in. We are one of the official local listing brokers for HUD foreclosures. And y'all haven't seen much right now because they haven't assigned much property yet, because I told you before, we're in a state of halt right now. They have a hold on any kind of foreclosure right now. But within the next 2 to 3 months, you're going to see a heavy amount of properties that's going to come on the market when it talks about foreclosure. And you're going to see a heavy amount of property to come on the market when it comes to Norman and Associates. We can have up to 20 to 30 listings at one time out on the market. And our range is all the way up to 30 miles within the office. So of course you already know 30 miles within Atlanta is a lot of territory. So we can have properties basically all over Atlanta. And one of the benefits is that we're going to have a lot of phone calls in for potential buyers who's interested in those properties, investors who want to make offers on those properties. And we're coming up right now on the back end, our system, or how we're going to funnel out a lot of those leads. And so I'm thinking we may go into zip codes, territories where agents are grouped up in different territories, depending on where they live, because it's you're more easier to get to that property, and it's not a convenience if you go to somewhere where you closely live at. So we're working with that, and I'll come out and tell everybody how we're going to distribute some of those leads that's going to come into the office from that on it. So the next thing I kind of want to tell you about, this is basically telling you a little bit more the description of, all right, this is the listing broker. So it's my responsibility to go out and evaluate the property. It's my responsibility to put the property in our FMLS, Georgia MLS, place a sign in the yard. We have to do routine inspections on it, perform BPOs, price evaluations, doing such and such when it comes to the property, and delivering an earnest money. So they have to bring earnest money up to our office on it. And I'm going to show you in a few minutes how do you make and how do you locate HUD foreclosures in a few minutes. So let's just give it a time. All right, so this is basically talking about our NAID number. And so most of y'all are called up in and saying, hey, Jeremy, what's our NAID number? I'm going to go over that in a few minutes. So your NAID number is basically your office number. Every real estate company out there has if they apply for HUD, they have a NAID number. And you're going to need that NAID number to register yourself as a agent to be able to sell a HUD property or put a bid in for one of your clients. And we'll go over that in a few minutes on it. So who can buy a HUD home? Homeowners, investors, governing agency, HUD approved nonprofit organizations are eligible to buy a HUD home. Now, of course, we already know what owner occupancies are. Those are, people who intend to stay in the house for at least a year, and they cannot, they can't profit off of selling their property for up to 2 years of it. So it's really somebody who's going to try to make that their primary home. And of course, we already know what investors are. Investors are, people who come in that will be willing to, buy the property and then they're trying to get it, rehab it, and make a profit off it, or they're trying to put rental people in there. So how's the process go with, they have special programs for HUD properties. Of course, it's backed by the government on it. So by being backed by the government, they came up with HUD special programs. And the first program is called a Good Neighbor Next Door program. And these are people who are firefighters, EMTs, police officers, and teachers. So if you know anybody that there's a teacher, there's a police officer, there's a fire officer, if they're looking at buying one of a HUD properties, they get discounts. So as you can see, they get 50% off the list price. So if the house is on the market for $200,000, of course, they will buy the property for $100,000. So that's one of the benefits of being it. So if you know any teachers, you need, hey, have you ever, thought about buying a HUD home? We know it comes with a little work, but they're going to get you such of a discount, that it may be worth your while. So if I could get 50% off the prices, I'm going to buy, if I'm a teacher and I'm going to buy a $300,000 condo, but I know if I go through a HUD and I see a HUD one out there, that's going to be 150. That's a big difference on it. 300, 350 on it. And then their down payment is only $100. So down payment $100 on it. You can't even get down payment $100 out here with knowing these other programs on it. So that's one of the benefits. And they're trying to promote more, trying to get more benefits to the first responders and people of, teachers, which are needed on it. So that's one of the programs that comes along with that on it. And the next thing is the bid must be at 100% list price. So if your teacher comes in, you can't come in and say, let me do the bid for the house is on the market, 200,000. Let me bid a bid for 100,000 because I know I'm going to go through this program. No. You come in and you make the bid for 100% of the sales price, so 200,000, and then on the back end, they would take that additional money off on it. So when you're with your clients, again, don't come in and say, hey, I'm with the Good Neighbor program. I'm going to come out here and, I'm eligible 50% off. Now, as listing agents, we need to know that and inform our clients that, hey, okay, we have to put the price in at full price, but then they'll take it off on the back end, that 50% for you being in that particular program on it. So I want y'all to know that right there. Come in at max value on it. So also, Earnest money, the minimum amount that HUD would take on that earnest money is $500,000. So you with your clients, let them know that, yeah, we can't submit earnest money for $300, $200. It has to at least be $500, not 500,000. I mean $500. So that's the less amount. The max is 2,000 that we're taking earnest money part of. HUD would not pay any closing costs of real estate commission if you're going through some of the programs. It's already built in there. They will pay it. We get a special percentage to offer over to any buyer's agent who are buying a HUD program. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes. This is talking about that $100 down. And I'm going to send some of these slides and send this out to everybody so you'll know about it. So if you do get, anybody in that particular program that's eligible for it, you'll know exactly more about it.
Jeremy, right. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
This is Shantaria. How y'all doing?
So
for this particular program that you just talked about, will the particular lender they're working with, they would know too? Okay.
Yep. The lender would know. You could just tell them that, hey, the client is interested in a HUD property. They're a teacher and they want to see if they can qualify for the Good Neighbors program. So if you just say Good Neighbors program, every loan officer knows about Good Neighbors program. They have to go through classes and everything about it. So it's the Good Neighbors program. It's a phenomenal program if you're a teacher or a firefighter or a police officer on it. And so sometimes you may have those clients that just seek out nothing but a HUD home because they want to take advantage of that particular discount. All right, let's talk about making a bid on a HUD property. So the website that you have to go to make a bid on a HUD property is HUDhomestore.com, HUDhomestore.com. And I'm gonna switch off of this slide and actually go to the website right now. Let me get off of this slide. All right. So this is the website you can go to. And it's also, this is the website you can go to check all HUD foreclosures that are currently out on the market and that are available. Of course, as you can see, they got it breaking down to different states. And so we're going to click on Georgia. All right. So as you can see, you can break it down to, just cities if you want to on it. Let's put Atlanta. See everything that's available in the Atlanta market. Of course, we have one property that's available in the Atlanta market, and as you can see, it's a $540,000 house. So, as you can see, HUD can go all the way up to 500, 600,000. So I don't know exactly the price range that the properties that they will provide us. It's just random. When I get it, I'll be able to see it. I'm trying to see why I can't see this picture. I don't know why I can't see this picture. All right, as you can see, it's going to give you all the information on the property. It's going to tell you the age, location of it, how much the property is. It lets you know if it's eligible for 203K, and saying yes, it's eligible for FHA 203K. So that's another loan rehab program that's available to any of the HUD properties, but it'll let you know if it qualifies for that 203K. It also talks about different amenities, addendums that comes along with it. Here's the property disclosures on it. You can get all the information there. You can get a map of where it actually is located at, and then also you can get the contact information to the listing broker right here. So this is the listing broker right here. Of course, this is the asset company that I was talking about, and this is the field company that does all the keeping up on the property right here. So anytime the public can reach out to any one of them. And so Norman and Associates we actually currently will be directly here up under these properties on them. So everybody needs to make sure that they are registered with HUD. And how do you do that? You come in here where it says log in. And of course, you already see that my login's information here. If you're not, you have to create a profile for yourself on it. And you're going to need the profile in order to make bids on property. Let me show you an example. So if I come in here and I say Georgia, And I'm just gonna pick a random property and let's see, let's put one right here in Fort. All right, this is the property. I don't know why the pictures won't show up right now, but here's the property. Identify with the property. Here you go. I want to submit an offer on it. So the regular homeowner cannot make a bid on a property. It has to go through an agent, which is the benefit of us on it. So here's the information right here. It's asking you to put the ID number in right here, the HUD with your company information. But if you was already logged in, you wouldn't have to put this information. So let me actually log into mine. I think mine says change. CJ Norman, living.com. Excuse me, let me get the password, y'all. Got too many passwords, y'all. I have to look it up. All right, 1, 2, 3, 6, D, K, J. All right, so when you're logged in up under your account, just give it a few minutes. It's not complete yet. All right, so it already identified me and it's giving me the ability to put the confirmation number here in the property to find it and to make a bid. Let's go back to the home screen real quick. As you can see, once you register, it's gonna say your name at the top right here. So everybody needs to go in and register. And let me show you what our ID number is. Let me see. How do I go to here? Hold on 1 minute. I'm trying to go into so I can show you. Here you go, manage profile. So when you go into manage profile, when you create your profile, it's going to have you, of course, bring your username, which would be your email address. You had your security codes in here, and this is the information right here. Okay, so every office, or if you're in multiple states, you have to find out what that HUD NAID is for the office that you're with. And so if you got your license in Florida, you with another company in Florida, you have to register yourself up under that Florida office in order to submit bids in that area. As you can see, of course, I'm Alabama and I'm Georgia certified. So our Alabama HUD NAID number is the PRMRHB982 on it. Of course, it lets you know that my status is active, and it has my real estate license number here, expiration dates, and it has the location of our Norman and Associates in Birmingham. Also, okay, this is our Atlanta, and everybody needs to copy that. If you don't know Bridget, I'm gonna have her send it out to everybody. And we was giving everybody these little information cards, and on the little information cards, if you don't have one, let us know. We can give you like an information card. It has some of our important information on here, but this is our NAID number right here that you'll need to register yourself as a broker up under here. So in order to register yourself as a broker, you need the NAID number, you need your license number and expiration, and then it'll pick up the office. As you can see, it picked up our office right here, and it says active right here. You're gonna need that. That's very important. So you don't wanna be with a client and the client say, hey, I found this house online, it's a HUD house, I want to put a bid in, and all bids have to go in electronically. And the thing I love about this bidding process is you put it in here. If you win the bid, they will send you actually the paperwork that you have to get your clients to sign. So all the bids are going in electronically on it. And let me go back to my screen. So all the bids, let me get back down here. So all the bids will be put in electronically, and this is just to walk you step by step. You would need your broker's NAID number, similar to what I said, your license number, your email address to log in. It's telling you about the website you go to, It's telling you about the different abbreviation codes for the different cities that you in. Of course, we all know Georgia. Also, this is letting you know some of the codes, flood zone, what is homeowners association, lead-based paint, what those things we know about. It's telling you about lead-based paint in the house building for 1978. Y'all already familiar with that on it. If it was a problem with lead-based paint, they'll fund up to $4,000 to help out. HUD did not accept cash conventionals on it. They do accept conventional loans. Don't get it wrong. It's just if you're trying to go through some of their program systems, you have to go in through like FHA if you're trying to get the neighborhood assistance programs on it. Repairs, of course, no repairs. We won't do any repairs. The way you'll be able to get repairs if you do a FHA 203 program. Now let's talk about the FHA. I'm going to stand on long. That to do a FHA 203 program, which is basically like a rehab program through FHA, your buyer will have to get 2 bids, and they got to be certified contractors. That's what's the hold up. When people do that program, they struggle because they don't know contractors to give them 2 qualified bids. It can't be just your cousin. He do great work, but if he ain't got no insurance, license, and bonded, we can't submit that bid on it. So you got to get 2 licensed contractors. So you can already prep your client, say, hey, do you have your 2 contractors that can give us a bid on doing the repair work so we can submit that to the loan officer part of it on it. And then they do have lottery properties that they do at certain times for like government agencies or, firefighters and stuff like that. So they do a lot of programs to really try to push back to our first time responders on it, which I think is amazing things. I'm trying to give them good incentive because we need them in a home and we need them to be comfortable. And if they're comfortable, they can do their job of making sure that we're comfortable and helping us in situations that we need to be helped on it. So that lottery date that they do it for the first 7 days. They put it out to only government. So when they put a property out there for the first 7 days, they put it out there for only government agencies, nonprofits, or the Good Neighbor at Home programs. And then from that way, so an investor cannot make a bid on a HUD property until after the 15th day. The first 15 days is set up for, the first 7 days is for the government agencies. The rest of the days are set up for homeowners to do it. And then after that 15th day, the 16th day is when they open it up for investors to make bids on property. Why? They want to make sure the homeowners are the first ones to get access to those property. They don't want investors just coming in, swooping in and taking all the property because they're trying to promote more home ownership. So they're trying to promote more home ownership. All right, so closing costs. HUD would allow up to 3% to go towards closing costs. So when you're doing, working with a buyer, know that the max is they're gonna give in closing costs is gonna be 3%. They're not gonna get higher than 3%. 3% is the max that they're gonna give up there. So if your client needs more than 3% of closing costs, it's gonna have to come from the client. It won't come in from HUD. That's the max their cutoff is 3% on HUD. So that's 3% of the purchase price. I just want to remember that on it. Of course, we already know about FHA transfer fees. We already kind of talked about that before on it. This is saying that a minimum commission. So if your client is buying, like a $33,000 house, this is a little small investment property. If you're doing 3% of that, it's not going to quite equal up to $1,000. But the minimum they will make sure you get per transaction is at least $1,000. So you're going to make them lease. If it's $20,000 at the house, you're at least going to make $1,000 of commission. As it go higher, of course, as you can see, they're going to pay you 3% in sales price. So that's what you're always going to get is 3% in sales price when you're talking about a HUD foreclosure. Well, I'm going to stop it right there. So any kind of questions on it, and I'm going to send out some more information on it. We're going to have more information. I have to do a HUD class every month. So we're going to have more and more. We're going to have, as the properties start to kind of come in, we're going to do a property list, and we're going to make sure that we send it out to you because we want y'all to know exactly what's on the market so you can shift your clients to that direction. on it. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity for the office. I'm expecting our phones to start ringing more once we get the property, because, you know, it's a lot of people out here looking for investment properties, or it's a lot of people going to be online. And those are going to be opportunities that we have to send those to out potential leads to our client, to not clients, to U.S. agents. But it's going to be up to you to convert those people, you know. So if we send you contact information, and you have to be a great job at converting that lead off of it. We also are bringing in another office administrator. We actually put the job post out yesterday, and we got over 50 response. And so we're going to go into the interviewing phase probably next week, and we'll probably have someone probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks in the office as another office administrator to give more support for what's coming down the line, and also give more support to you as a real estate agent. Our company is really growing. We're growing on agents, we're growing on properties. So I want to make sure that we have adequate staff to make sure we have everything covered on our end. And I'm so proud. Last month we had a great month. We close to 60 some properties last month. So big kudos to everybody in Norman and Associates. We're starting off this month with some phenomenal closings. I think we had almost just this week 10 closings this week. And so, which is a phenomenal, and that's a contributor to a lot of the hard work that y'all putting in right now as agents. We have our new training program that's going on currently now. I think we have about 15 agents in our new agent training program, which is phenomenal. We just rolled out our new training software, and it allows us to hold accountability and making sure to work. And they said they feel like I'm a principal, but I do love it that we're making sure that they grab as much information on it. I do plan on us having a social event with each other, and maybe like the end of August, 1st of September. But I'm really, really looking forward to that day that we can come back together as a family. And I'm probably going to make it an outdoor setting just to make it sure we still doing social distance, but it'd be real good to see a lot of you. The office is open. We're getting we're going to order the thermometer so we can take everybody's temperature coming into the office. So we're going to really practice social distance in here. We also have hand sanitizer, so make sure you're using it. Make sure you got your distance while you're in here. But it's been good to seeing some of the agents coming in and out and working on their business on it. And that's it. We already put the training calendar out. We got a little bit more things coming along. And I'm excited. So anybody got any questions?
I have a question. This is Shantaria. I've been receiving emails from like different, I think it is advertising, but it's like signing up, I guess, with different banks or whatever for like foreclosure. Is that the same thing?
No, it's a lot of scam going on right now, because they know that they know agents are looking to try to get on to selling foreclosure. So if it's something running past me, I can tell you if it's a legit bank. And if you are interested in getting to foreclosure, the best thing to start in foreclosure market is to target a lot of these small banks. So if you know any small banks, reach out to and ask who's the asset manager at that particular bank. That's just a little nugget right there. Start with your smaller banks, start working with them, and then you work up to your larger platforms like HUD and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac on those things. Okay,
I didn't know if it was real or not, because they'll train you or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
And see, that's what it is. They selling a platform that they'll train you how to get foreclosures, but then they don't even have no ins out on it. They just gonna tell you what to do, who to go to, who to sign up with, all that type of thing. I've been running foreclosure now for about 9 years now, and I have sold foreclosures on every level from Wells Fargo Regions, Fannie Mae, VA, HUD, and all that. So I can give you, I don't think it's another person out there who give you more knowledge on the foreclosure arena. So I'm going to probably have a class on just foreclosures. So all the people who are interested in learning more about foreclosure or selling foreclosure, I don't mind passing as much knowledge. Like I said, I've been doing it consistently for 8 years. So it's not nothing I came in overnight, and it's not HUD reached out to me about helping them with these listings because I have an extensive foreclosure resume. I think I probably have sold over 400 foreclosure homes within the last couple of years, and on the residential side and on the commercial side. So I'm going to put together a class and just give them information. And I'll talk about all the different foreclosure companies out there, letting you know which companies are holding properties and which companies you may need to reach out to.
Gotcha. Okay.
Jeremy, do any of the preferred lenders that you guys use here familiar with the FHA 203 loan here? I took that class for Florida, so I actually have one guy, but I wanted to add more.
Yeah, we got several of them, but some banks have went away from doing FHA 203K because it's so time consuming, and I think Regions Bank took it off their platform. I think Wells Fargo is still offering it. So you just have to search around and see what bank is still offering that 203K program, because it's so time consuming. And even if you're doing a 203K program, you want to allow yourself, man, at least 45 to 50 days to close it out, because it has to go through two underwriting process on it. So yeah, we have some. So I think this has been a great informational meeting. Like I said before, I make sure that I send out more. We're going to have more things in the office on it. I'm excited about the opportunity, bring this towards y'all. The opportunity is the leads that's going to come in from here on it. Like I said before, we're working on how we're going to distribute the leads now. We're going to probably break it up into different zip codes on it, and we'll do it. And also we'll have a new staff member in the next couple weeks, and we'll introduce this person who comes in. And I think it's time for us to go to the next level, continue to push the envelope. Our price points have been amazing. Our average price point right now as a company has been around about $315, which is great. We have some agents out there that has $600,000-$700,000 properties, which is amazing. We're closing out a couple more $1 million properties this month. So let's keep on pushing the envelope. Let's keep on reaching high. It's no level that we can't go within Norman and Associates. So we sell on all levels, and I want you to still swing for those big properties too. It's nothing wrong with batting off of $250,000, $300,000 houses, but you need one of those $1 million houses to hit within that year. And it'll really change your landscape of your financing. And so that should be your goal. If I'm batting around 3, I'm still gonna swing at $1 million or a $2 million property. I want y'all to be on that mindset to really, really swing, and let's keep swinging high. And that's all in your marketing ability. All right. So that is it. I got another meeting in a few minutes, but I am in the office, and congratulations. Oh, I want to welcome India. She's online right now. India just joined Norman and Associates, but India was she was a licensed for a couple years in Pittsburgh, and then she just relocated back home. She's originally from here to Atlanta, and I'm excited her join Norman and Associates. So thank you, India. I see you online. Welcome to the family. Remember your orientations on Friday with Chantel. So I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And I did record this, and I'm gonna upload it to our YouTube page. If you go onto YouTube and type in Norman and Associates, I have already started uploading different trainings in there. And this one will be uploaded hopefully by the end of the day, because I know how to do it now. So I'll upload it. Love y'all. Take care.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.